Our story for this week is called A Family Changes Its Shape. It's based on Genesis chapter 21, verses 8 through 21. What happens when a family changes? Perhaps a baby arrives or a grandparent comes to live with you. Usually, the whole family changes. That happened to the family of Abraham, Sarah, and Hagar. When Hagar returned to her family, Sarah, Abraham's first wife, also got pregnant. She gave birth to a son, and she named him Isaac. Now Sarah, too, had a son. She was just as excited about Isaac as Hagar was about her son, Ishmael. The boys were brothers. They played together. You might think that things were back to normal, but they weren't. Sarah never got over the pain she thought Hagar had caused her. She was still afraid Hagar would become more important in the family than she was. She was afraid Ishmael would become more important than her own son Isaac. She couldn't live with Hagar and Ishmael anymore. So the family split up. Everyone was unhappy. Sarah was upset. She felt that she and her son Isaac had been mistreated. Abraham was upset because Hagar and Ishmael were leaving. He got up early to see them off. He gave them food and water for their trip. He put Ishmael in Hagar's arms, and he said his last goodbyes. Hagar was most upset of all. She had nowhere to go. She walked into the desert nearby. She sat down with her son Ishmael near a small bush for shade. She began to cry. She didn't know what to do. But God found her again. Just when Hagar needed God most, God heard them crying. God said, "Don't be afraid. There's a well nearby with cool water to drink. You'll be okay. Ishmael will be fine. He'll start a big new family. You'll have a new home and a new family." And that's just what happened. Ishmael grew up to be a strong young man. He knew every inch of their new home in the desert. He married a woman from Egypt, and they started their own family in their new desert home. Sometimes families change their shape just like this one. When that happens, it can be hard for everyone, but God is there to help people make it through. Our questions for this week are, how do you think God speaks to you when you are afraid, like Hagar was? When Hagar saw the well, what do you think she thought? Families change when babies are born or adopted, when people are sick, and when parents divorce or get married. How can you be a friend to others whose families are changing? I hope you have a wonderful week.